Hello, Mr. Barton here, and welcome to another GCSE Maths question of the week, where every week I pick out a lovely GCSE Maths question that has been provided exclusively for my Diagnostic Questions Maths website, and it's always a question that's caused students some kind of problems. So we try and analyse those problems, I talk you through it, then hopefully you'll do better in your final exam. And you can play along at home, just download the worksheet, you'll find the link on the bottom of this video or on any web page where you're watching this video. Okay, so this question has been provided by AQA, and it's a lovely one. A rhombus, now anytime I see a keyword I love to get it highlighted, has diagonals of 6 centimetres and 8 centimetres. What is the length of its perimeter? Now, I'm going to be honest with you. When I look at this question, it's not immediately obvious to me what topic is involved. Sometimes you can tell, right? It's a question on angles, it's a question on area, whatever. But what's this question about? Is it just about perimeter? Is it about the properties of shapes? Or is there another topic hidden away somewhere in there? Well, the news is that I have for you, it's a bit of everything, but there's certainly a mystery topic in there. And my advice for you, whenever doing a question, and I do this all the time in Question of the Week, is do a little drawing. And I know it's annoying, I know it's painful, but it just helps you to visualize what's going on and reduces the chance of you making some daft mistakes. So, as I say, this question has been answered really badly, so something's going wrong. So let's do a drawing and see if we can figure out what. Now let's try and see if I can get a little bit technical here with this drawing. I'll warn you now, anything could happen here. Right, so I'm going to go for a rhombus. Now, what's a rhombus? A rhombus is a quadrilateral where all four sides are the same length. It's not necessarily a square, but all of the four sides are the same length. So let me see if I can draw a shape that may resemble a rhombus. I'll tell you what, I don't want to speak too soon. That's probably one of the best shapes I've ever drawn in my life. I'm very, very happy with that. Okay, so what do we know about this shape? Well, one thing we know is that the diagonals are 6 and 8. So I'm going to draw myself in. Oh, this is where it goes wrong when I try and do freehand. So that's 6, and that diagonal across there, not too bad, is 8. And the question is, what's the length of the perimeter? Now, the perimeter, I know it's an obvious thing to say, but it's all these sides going round. Now, I've good news for you. Because it's a rhombus, we know if we work out one side, then all the other sides are the exact same length. So that's good news. That's something to look forward to. So let's see if we can work out one side, and let's aim for this side in particular. How can I do that? Well, the eagle-eyed viewer among you will have spotted that actually we've got ourselves a beautiful right-angled triangle. The diagonals of a rhombus bisect themselves at 90 degrees. So we've got a right-angled triangle. Do we know the lengths of that right-angled triangle? Well, yeah, we do, because the whole base across there is 8. So this little bit has got to be 4. And the whole height, the whole of that diagonal, is 6. So this little bit's got to be 3. Okay, well, things are looking up here. My advice, and I know some of you will kind of want to rush in, and that's completely understandable, but just draw yourself a second diagram. Just isolate this right angle triangle. We can't afford to be getting these questions wrong. So here's my little triangle. That's 4, that's 3. Do I know the length of that bit? Well, old Pythagoras is going to come into play here. And notice there's no mention of him anywhere in the question, but here he comes. So I've got a hypotenuse. How do I work out the length of that hypotenuse? Well, it's going to be 3 squared plus 4 squared. Get me answer, give a little square root. 3 squared plus 4 squared, well, that's 9 plus 16, if my maths is right. 9 plus 16, I think, is 25. And the square root of 25 is 5. Of course it is. It's a lovely Pythagorean triple. So I know that this length is 5 here, which gives me the bonus that that length's also 5, that length's also 5, and that length's also 5. So what's my perimeter? My perimeter is going to be equal to 4 lots of 5, which, last time I checked, was 20 centimetres. So I'm going to go for my answer of A, 20 centimetres. But you're only having half the fun if you stop there. Where do some of these wrong answers come from? How on earth would somebody end up with an answer of 24? Well, I reckon firstly they've not spotted it's Pythagoras, and I reckon, let's treat myself to a bit of a yellow colour here. For B, I reckon you could get 24 if you did 6 times 8 and divided your answer by 2. Now, I know you're screaming out to me, why the flipping heck's anybody going to do 6 times 8 divided by 2? Well, that, in fact, is the area of that rhombus. So they've misread area and perimeter. So that's a classic mistake. Don't fall into that trap. What about C? Can you understand where would 28 come from? Where would 28 be? Well, 28 is a classic mistake, right? 28 is seeing the word perimeter and thinking, all right, okay, we've got 6 and 8. They're the diagonals. Maybe thinking, well, that stands for these diagonals here. And then just doing 6 plus 8 plus 6 plus 8, which is going to give you the 28 that you need. And finally, what about D? Where would 40 come from? Well, 40 is unlucky. 40 is unlucky. I reckon you're going to end up with 40 if you spot that Pythagoras is involved, you spot that a right angle triangle is involved, but you know what you go and do? You only go and say that's 6 and that's 8. So forgetting to halve them like we have in our diagram, which ends up giving you that as 10, and if you do 4 lots of 10, that's when you're going to end up with your 40. Unfortunate. And you know what I always say as well? What other incorrect answer would you choose to have? Well, something like 14 isn't a bad one, you know. Can you see where someone would get 14 from? I reckon that's just doing 6 plus 8. I can imagine some people going for something like that. 48. Can you see where 48 comes from? Maybe just doing 6 times 8. Lots of different possibilities, but you won't make that mistake if you do yourself a lovely drawing. I know it's annoying, I know it takes a while, but I promise it reduces your mistakes loads. Anyway, if you need some more help on whether it be properties of a quadrilateral or Pythagoras or whatever, follow the links at the bottom of this video and you'll find videos and worksheets and all that kind of stuff. And try the rest of this quiz out on diagnostic questions. It's a great quiz and it's a wonderful way to check your understanding. And I'll be back with a fresh question of the week next week. Take care and bye for now.